Good evening, happy Sunday, and welcome to the Transparency Place. We are kicking off the second season of all of our shows here on the Real-ish Radio. I am Life Coach Kristian here, the host of Transparency Place, and I am excited about tonight. Tonight, I have a very special guest with me. She's a motivator, innovator, a creator. She's a mom. On top of that, she's a mom, right? So the topic came about because, when you get pregnant, I don't know, well, some people, in my experience, when I got pregnant, a lot of people told me that I would lose my life or I wouldn't be able to accomplish my goals. And yet I'm a mother and I'm in business. So I brought another mother along with me who's in business. And we want to talk about motherhood and business because it's possible. So bring her on the camera, producer, for me. And I'm going to let Dadrien go ahead and introduce herself and her businesses. So who are you?
Hi, everybody. I am just so grateful to be a part of this podcast today. So my name is Dadrien. I am a mother of two, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I do have businesses, as Kristian said. I do have what started off as a candle company. It is called Brooks. I do have candles, wax melt, soap, car and room sprays. And I also just dove into the vending machine business. So those are the two businesses that I'm pursuing right now, and also do work full time as a school social worker. That's what my plate is full with right now.
So I guess if I never let the guests know about me, I am a certified life coach, but that is what I do part-time. Full-time, I work as a family engagement coordinator elsewhere. I have a social work background. And guess what, Dadrien? I have vending machines now too, but I haven't put them anywhere. They are sitting in my garage.
Oh my God.
And the reason I haven't put them anywhere, it's really to tie into the topic tonight. Thank you. The reason I haven't put them anywhere yet is because the kids were starting back school. I'm like, let me get in the swing of that. Still handling my full-time job, still coaching, and then I'll add that into the mix. I didn't want to set them somewhere and then not be able to show up 100%.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you get up 100%.
Exactly. So let's dive into it. How do you manage it all?
Easier said than done. I really don't have like a scripted answer for that. Like manage it all, it's like a day by day. It's not something like I can make a schedule. That doesn't mean I'm going to stick to it or that everything is going to get done in the order that I put it on this notepad for. I'm a big planner person, so I do try to keep everything organized, but things happen every day. I try to use my planner. I try to keep my children on a set schedule, and I do have a lot of help. My mom and my dad are amazing when it comes to having my children when I am handling business. They're with my mom right now. So they are amazing. And my brothers as well. Like we all help each other out. Between the three of us is 7 kids. So we all holding each other down one weekend, one day or something, whatever I need, they're there for me. So I just take it day by day. I had to learn that though, because it was hard for me trying to write my week down and stick to it. I had to learn it don't always go like that. So now I'm just taking it day by day and moment by moment.
I completely understand. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty in that because a lot of people think we have it together because we show up.
No, I'll be the first to say no. We might look like we have it together because we have no choice but to show up. But behind scenes, when them doors close, baby,
it's work.
And not to say that it's a mess. I'm not trying to say that, but we show up when it's time to show up.
What's happening behind closed doors is work, and we're constantly motivating ourselves to get it done. So what's the motivation for you?
The motivation for me, I would have to say my children and knowing the type of life that I want to live. Like I'm not comfortable. I live a good life, most would say, but I'm not comfortable. So what I know I want, I can't stop until I get it. And I probably won't stop when I get it. But I just know the type of lifestyle and the type of comfort I want to have for my family, not just my children, but my family. So I just got to keep going and work harder until I get there. That would be my motivation outside of my children, but that would be what it is, just to live comfortably.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I guess I gotta go back to our original, like, how do we handle it all? You said a planner. I'm a big planner person. Honestly, I got an 18-month planner this year, and it's been my best friend. No, I'm not living day by day by that planner, but being able to put my life in perspective. So if you're a young person or a mom trying to figure it out, if you have that planner and being able to outline and plan, that will help you see things from a different perspective.
So you can see it. Yes, I'm like a pen and paper. I have to see it, feel it, touch it. Write it down. I have to see what I'm doing. If I don't, it would be chaos. I wouldn't be able to show up. It would really be chaos.
So in managing it all, what's the hardest part of managing it all?
I would have to say knowing when to stop. Sometimes it's hard because I have a goal and a vision that I'm trying to reach. Sometimes it's hard to shut it off. Like I will wake up thinking about candles, go to sleep, thinking about what I'm going to do next week and how I'm going to do a photo shoot and what's going to be the next marketing. Like mine with a million tabs open. And it's so hard to turn it off because I guess it's just the drive that I have to just get to that goal that I'm trying to meet. So the hard thing for me is turning it off and knowing, when to rest. You don't have to be 24/7 mind programmed on business.
Okay, so when your mind is running like that, where are your children, or how are you showing up in motherhood? How does that work?
It's all happening at the same time. Either I'm cooking, I'm running bath water, or most of the time when I'm braiding Brooke's hair, taking the kids to school. Me and Brooke will even have conversations. Like, honestly, she has given me some ideas on what type of candles to make.
That's like awesome.
As far as scent, what she'll say, like, when I made like a strawberry shortcake, you want to see a strawberry in something, like she'll say different fruits. And I'll be like, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to figure something out around what you say. Like we have conversations all the time. Like she has given me a lot of ideas, more than what people know. She is right there. She's packaged some orders and everything.
So that is an exciting piece, because when somebody came to me and said, you have your child and then you lose your life, I'm like, no, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like I lost my life when I had my daughter or my daughters. I feel like I am taking them along with me. So they're seeing it.
Yes. I feel like, I think before I got into business, that was me. I think when I had my daughter, at a certain point, I would say at a certain season, I did feel like I lost my life. But over the past year, I feel like I have gotten it back or worked towards getting it back. Because I will be honest and say that I was one of those mothers who got so wrapped up into being a mother that, it was kind of at some point, all I did was be a mother and go to work. And it became very weird, a little bit depressing and just overwhelming. So over the past year, maybe a year and a half, I have worked hard towards stepping out of that and realizing that I can be more and I can, show up as more than just a mother. Like I knew I was more than a mother, but showing up as more than a mother. So over the past year and a half, I would say that I have done the work to do that. Some things that I've done within a year and a half, I didn't do after I had my daughter. So I don't know if it was business that got me to going or a change in my mindset. I don't know where it just switched, but that was my life at some point. So I'm glad that I got out of it.
Awesome. So we don't know where that trigger happened, but we know that it did happen.
Yes.
So I can tell you.
It might have been after I had my son, being a mom of two. I think that's what it was. Being a mom of two was a different transition for me from 1 to 2. It was a lot. And then that's around the same time I transitioned to business too. So I think that was the switch right there.
You had to have a moment for you.
Yeah. At that point, it was like it wasn't an option anymore. Like with two, I have to have a moment. I have
to be Dadrien at some point.
Yes, I have to be. Yes.
Okay, so I agree.
I couldn't identify myself with nothing more than a mother at that point. I'm a mom and I work. Like I had to find out who Dadrien was, and I would say that I'm doing that now.
So, okay, prior to having your daughter, did you know who Dadrien was?
Now, I was not to the extent of who I am now.
Okay.
But I do feel like I was at, different points. I was 23 when I had my daughter. I'm about to be 30 now. So I do feel like I just have different seasons. I've just grown. Like I've added on in different seasons of my life. I'm not mad at it either.
That's worth celebrating. And so
I'm not mad at it. I'm not.
That's good right there. Like I didn't know you were gonna come on here and say everything that I've been feeling. So I'm over here like, hey, this is good.
Look at God.
Personally, I had to fight a little harder after having my second daughter to stay centered in who I was. So with having my first daughter, I felt like I just took her along the way. Nothing stopped. We went and seen different countries. We traveled. The second daughter was like, oh, wait a minute. I think, okay. And also in that we were in a pandemic. So I had a baby July, and then pandemic hit in March. Oh, I'm a full-time mom, which I was a full-time mom, but now it's a different level of full-time mom.
And you at home. You at home. You ain't going nowhere.
But I have to be honest. I enjoyed the pandemic with them. That first part of being locked in, I truly enjoyed it. I'm one of those people who are kind of like, we have a system that takes our kids away. They require us to put our kids in this system to train them to work for a system. I'm trained to work for your system. My kids have to go with you while I work for your system. That just doesn't, it don't sit well with me. So the pandemic was enjoyable for me, but it was also different. But I fought harder to be Christian and do what Kristian loves in the pandemic and after the pandemic. And I feel like I've become a lot stronger. Now, even before I had my first daughter 7 years ago, I knew who Kristian was. I knew what I loved. I knew what I enjoyed. Again, I felt like I was just taking her along with me. So I don't feel like my life stopped. I don't feel like I ever got too wrapped up into her. Now, I can tell you right now, it's a whole balancing it all is different. Because she's growing and she's in activities, and then little sister is in clubs, and then I'm stretched. So at this point, it's either I'm staying up late or I'm waking up early to do the business part of it. Because during the times of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., technically I'm owned by another company.
Yep. That's me. Most of my work gets done at night or at work. But so most of it gets done that night. Honestly, that's when I pack orders. The weekends too is when I pack orders too. But most of my work, like you said, is either done at night or early in the morning. Because if not, now I'm back in the building. Last year I had the luxury of being at home, taking my kids to school, working, and then going to pick them up. But now I'm back in the building, so I kind of get out of that comfort zone that I was in. And that's been hard too. We only been back in school for a week and a half now. So getting back used to the routine is really hard for me.
I took a nap today. I was like, forget it. Y'all raise yourself. I'm going to sleep. Because I had to get up, honestly, to 3 o'clock in the morning. To be honest with you, what I did at 3 o'clock in the morning was not what I needed to do for my personal business. It was what I needed to do for the company that I work for, because I didn't do it on Friday because I had to run for them.
Yep. And that's how it is sometimes.
So that's what it
looks like for us some days.
With having kids, do you think the business process is a little bit longer or harder?
I wouldn't say longer or harder. Honestly, I feel like every opportunity just presents itself. Sometimes I can't make it to everything. I get asked to do a lot of events and a lot of different things. And I attend the ones that I can, and I want to attend them all. But if I can't, there's just something in me that just felt like, well, maybe it wasn't an opportunity for me. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe that just wasn't the time for me. Maybe that event was not for me at that moment. Not that I didn't want to do it, or, other business doors might not open, but you just can't make everything. As much as I want to, and I want to just get up and go here, get up and go there, I'm just learning to just say, okay, maybe I can't make that one this time. That has been really hard for me because I want to just go, but I can't. And I'm learning that it's okay. I used to be mad and upset, but I'm learning that it's okay if I can't show up.
I truly appreciate you showing your true emotions in this, because
yes,
we walk around like we're doing it all. We're really just trying to make it to the next level in our life and fulfill our purpose.
Yes, we are. We are.
And I think that's why this conversation was important, because you have a lot of women who are in business who paint this picture, and we don't get to see the work that happens behind doors, or the choices that have to be made in order to show up this way.
Yeah, because we might show up. I might show up to an event happy and ready to go. You don't even know 20 minutes ago I have a babysitter. Or I was just changing diapers in the car and then showed up like, hey, like, you don't know what my hour ago just looked like.
Like, I really got to wheel on before I walk in here. But I gotta speak to y'all in this moment. I still have to talk.
Right.
That's what I have to do.
But we gonna smile and keep it going. But I know when it comes 5 more hours for the event to be over, I gotta go back to that. And people don't talk about it. Like,
it's time to take your coat off and go to this other role.
Yes, you do. It's like when you walk in the door, take your hat, jacket off, suit, like you gotta go back to your other zone. That's what it looks like for us.
So, priorities. I always tell people priority over pleasure. When it comes to our lives, how do you prioritize your business, your family, your personal health, your mental health?
Well, over the past year, I have done the work to put my mental health as number one. If my mom was listening, she would say that she hates this, but this is what I do now. I take breaks from my phone, from everyone and everything. If I can't show up as my 100% authentic self, I can't show up. And that might not answer the phone. I might not text back. I might not come around. And it's not that I'm shutting people out, but I've learned, for me, if I'm not good, my children can't be good. Our home can't be good. My business can't be good. I can't have good interactions with people. Like, I have to take care of me so that others can get taken care of, or that I can just show up as myself. Because I've been places where I wasn't taken care of mentally, and I had a bad vibe or attitude, or just the energy wasn't right. So I've been learning to just take care of me. And sometimes it may look like I'm shutting down or putting others out, but I'm just taking care of myself so that I can show up as my best version. My best version might be 80% or 50% that day, but I can show up as that best version. But I can't do that if I don't take care of myself mentally. So my mom hates it. Sometimes she'll call me a million times or text me a million times, and I'm like, look, I'm okay. I just don't want to talk right now. Like, it's nothing personal. Nobody else. It's just me. Like, I have to just mentally take care of myself so that I can do everything else. And I used to didn't do that. I would just run. And I didn't like the person who I was becoming on the outside. So I had to change that. And now this is what works for me now.
That's awesome. I have a very similar routine. So that's awesome. Man, so in that process, when you cut your phone off, what are you doing? What's the work that you're doing to take care of you? Maybe someone can learn from you today.
Oh, yeah. So that looks like sometimes it can be me cleaning my room. Sometimes it can be me reading my Bible. Sometimes it can be me going on a fast. Sometimes it can just be me entertaining my children. Like I can not talk to anyone and go maybe like 2 weeks ago, I didn't talk to anyone. And me and my children had a full day at the water park, ice cream, whatever else we did. Full day. And it's not that I'm like sad or angry when I'm doing it. I'm not at all. I'm centering myself, honestly. So I can have a good day and be away from my phone and just the distractions of the world and just people in general. So it's not that I'm just like angry, I'm upset, or I'm not focused. I'm just making sure that I stay that way. So it looks like me fasting, me praying, me reading my Bible, me having fun with my children, me doing self-care things for myself, whether it's getting my nails done, my hair done, or cooking my favorite food for the day. It looks like those things that just can keep me grounded and make sure I can just keep going and show up.
Being present. So that day that you did that with your kids, you were allowed to be present in a different way. And I know you noticed it because I do it with my kids.
Yes.
Because your kids notice when you're on your phone all day and they understand.
Oh,
they understand that you have a business and you're running business and they comment all day. But when you put that phone away and give them your undivided attention, it's a different type of vibe. It's a different type of feel. And it's a different type of fun.
It's a different type of fun. And then the time would just go by. You didn't even realize that attachment is like, I'm not so big on being attached to my phone, but I am big on my attachment is to people, like whether I'm talking, texting, or whatever. Not necessarily the phone, but people. So you will look up and have a whole day and be like, dang, I had a whole day without talking to anybody. And I thought I couldn't do that. Like, like you said, it's a whole different vibe.
That's being present with yourself. That's getting to know yourself. So if you have not yet done that and you're listening to us, take a day and be present.
You need to do it. Yes, do it. Like a personal day.
And like for me at the beginning of the year, I was very intentional about my self-care appointments. I made appointments because that was the only way that I was going to secure a sitter if I made an appointment.
Yes.
I had to be intentional. So my esthetician, as I'm laying there, she was like, so what do you do for yourself? I said, I'm here with you. This is my
Yes.
I was like,
what type of appointments do you make?
I go to the esthetician. I go see the nail lady. I haven't been to see the nail lady in a minute, but I'm going tomorrow and I'm geeked about it. Guess what? I have no reason to get my nails done. I had a manicure last week, but the fact that the kids is back in school and she has some availability, I'm going.
Yes. I love it. I love seeing so many miles on my timeline. Kids are in school. I'm going to brunch or I'm about to go get my hair done. Like, I love seeing it. I wish I could still work from home and do it because I was doing it. But I can't now, but I squeeze it on the weekends. But I love seeing it now.
Because the reality is it's hard to make those appointments. Like,
it is.
Because you have to find a sitter. And then at some point you're like, I'm just tired. I don't want to make an appointment. I don't want to find a sitter to pay somebody to do that. It just don't make sense. I'm paying double. So I might as well just wing it.
Might as well.
So I just wing it. That's where I be like, I just might as well wing it. So I literally though, I booked this appointment tomorrow just because the kids was back in school.
Yes, and I don't blame you. I told myself, and me and one of my friends joke about it all the time, we're going to start scheduling self-care days. Now that we're back in the building working, I'm going to at least take a day a month off.
But you know what? I've become intentional with self-care travel.
Okay.
So I took a trip last year by myself, and before I had Avery, I would travel like solo by myself, and it could be simply me just driving to another town, going to have dinner, walking around, but I would spend the entire day there.
Yes.
So now that I have kids, though, it's like a big need. Like, so my Mexico trip, I went with my friends, but I didn't take a husband or a child.
Yeah.
But it was a refuel. Really yeah, it was a refuel for me. And honestly, did I do business on that trip? Well, okay. I was supposed to be working, but I didn't work. But it's hard.
That's okay too.
Here's the honest part in it. I was working on a project. The project deadline was in June. And with travel and taking care of the kids, the deadline has been moved, but it's still going according to season and according to plan. So I cannot complain. And the project is almost done. But I noticed with motherhood, it did push that back because I wanted to be present with my kids. I didn't want them to feel that I was pushing them to the side because I was so gun-ho on this.
Yeah.
So I think I have to say this part in this conversation because I want you to know it's okay to keep course, but still in that process, enjoy your life, be present in that moment. So even in all of this, pushing the deadlines and pushing the deadlines and the due dates, be present and enjoy the journey of life.
I would agree.
So I think that's really important as women, as mothers, as handling business. Keep your deadlines, keep your focus, make sure you're good, but don't miss the moment either.
Yeah, don't miss the moment.
All right, so I gotta open my notes back up because we just got to going, and I gotta make sure. It was good. All right, so this is a conversation. The comments is going. This is another question that comes across me and my friends. Would you say that motherhood is hard?
I wouldn't say that it's hard, but I will say that it is hard work.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that it's hard work. Like we've been talking about, we get it done and we show up. Not that it was easy, not that it was hard, but it was hard to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We work, we take the kids to school, we kick the kids up, we cook dinner, we do hair for our girls, we bathe them, we deal with their tantrums in between and everything else in the middle, all while still wearing so many other hats. We can't just wear mom, sister, friend, cousin, so many more. And then we have to still cater to ourselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard work, but I think anything is hard work. So I wouldn't say that it's hard. When I say something is hard, to me, it makes me feel like it's difficult to do or it's like irritating to do. I will say that it is hard work, though. It does take some tough skin to do it, but we get it done.
So describe motherhood.
Ooh.
Describe motherhood.
Describe motherhood. It's selfless. It's raw. It's natural. It's organic. It's figuring things out day by day, maybe even moment by moment. We can break it down minute by minute. No 2 days look the same. But it's so enjoyable. Like I wouldn't change anything about being a mother. I wouldn't trade my children for the world. It is hard work, but I absolutely cannot imagine my life without them. Like, what would it be if I didn't have those two? Hey, who would I be? What would I be doing? Like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it's very hard. It's hard work. It's organic, but it's so much enjoyment in it. And I think that sometimes we lose sight of that. Even doing the hard work, we can still enjoy it. It can be hard to get 2 kids to bed and cook dinner and bathe them and do hair and everything else that comes with it. But sometimes when I do all that and I sit down, I laugh like, dang, we really had a good day today. Like, she said this and he did that, and them kids is crazy. Like, but when you see them sleep, you look at them like, these are my kids. Like, or if you see them do something, you be like, dang, like these are my kids. Like, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
It's fulfilling.
It's definitely fulfilling.
I 100% agree with you. And the fact that you said sometimes we lose sight of it. We lose sight of it when they're having those tantrums and the emotions, and you're carrying their emotions and your emotions.
Oh my God.
Today I almost put mine.
Another podcast.
We made it. So, okay. Managing the emotions and then the business.
Say that one more time.
Managing the emotions of motherhood and the business. Is it separate or is it all merged into one?
For me, it's separate.
Okay.
I think anybody would tell you, like, if I'm handling the business, it's like a whole nother hat. Like, if a kid crying in the business right here and I gotta go, okay, take that off real quick. Like, it's just a separate hat. I think it's because I have a different mindset with the two. Being a mom, in business, I'm more focused, I'm aware, I'm driven, I'm like, on it. And being a mom, I'm just more relaxed. So I think those are two different hats for me. My emotions of being a mom, I don't carry into business. Now, I do have the times where I'm crying because business is hard. Being a mom, as business is hard while being a mom. But when it comes time to show up or make decisions or be present with the business, it's like two different hats for me.
Okay. I can
What
agree.
is it like for you? What is it like for you?
I enjoy doing the business because I feel like I can show up as me. Being a mom, yes. I am their mom. So business for me, this is what Kristian enjoys. This is Kristian. I truly enjoy my kids, but this is me progressing in creating this foundation and developing for my children, Like
it's kind of like your little outlet.
You know what? A mom, it is an outlet. The mom is a natural instinct. The business
there you
is
go.
Something you're grinding and building, and you sit back like, yes, we doing it.
Yes.
Like, I'm seeing the product of my work finally. Like, this is paying off.
Yes.
I think my charger is broke, but that's really so. Like you said, it's separate. I'm not merging the two. It is hard to do the two.
Yes.
But the joy of getting it done surpasses all of it.
Especially when you can cross it off at your list at night. You'd be like, whoo, I got it done.
I made it, Mama. I made it. Nobody's dead. We alive. Yes. The kids is in bed. And I finished what I need to do for work and what I need to do for my personal life.
Yes.
So
that's one of the best feelings ever.
That's a goal, man.
Yes. And then you start to feel like you got extra time and you don't. But you're like, what am I going to do with this time? But it's something you should be doing, but you basking in the moment.
You reward yourself for that moment.
You do. You have to. You do.
So if you're out there and you're trying to do business and motherhood, it's okay to reward yourself in that moment.
It is.
Keep going.
I don't know how many moments you're going to get, but it's okay to take the ones you get.
One day at a time, one moment at a time.
Be grateful for what you get.
Okay. So burnout, because you talked about it. You hit on burnout for a second.
Yes.
What does it feel like? How do you know you're there?
I've been burnout before. Actually, I've been burnout to the point to where I got sick. And that's when I realized I was burnt out. I didn't know what was going on. Not like sick in like a very serious way, but my body got sick. And I couldn't figure out why. I wasn't like, there was no other reason why I was sick. And I'm like, and it wasn't like, it was like my body was tired, my body was heavy, my head was hurting, things like that. And I was like, I think I'm just burnt out because I do it all. My daughter has to go to school. I have to go to work. And at one point, my son was home with me during the pandemic, working from home with the baby, waking him up to take my daughter to school, coming back, log on the computer, getting him breakfast, school him out the way so I can log back on the computer, meet with my students, be done, make him lunch, get back home, wake him back up, lay him down, go get Brooke, come back, do business. Like, I was burnt out. Like, and I had to thank God for my mom. I had to send them to my mom's house for a couple of days, and I had to just sleep. I had to just sleep. Like, my body was completely just burnt out. And it was at that point when I realized, like, what I was saying earlier, it's okay to just know when to stop. I didn't know then, because I'm thinking, I have to get here. I got to do this. I got to reach this goal. My kids are dependent on me. So much in my mind is keeping me on a go and go and go. and I didn't realize I was just burning my body out. And now I'm at the point to where I still do too much than what I should, but now I take those days that are needed instead of continually going and going and going. I know when to stop now.
Okay. All right. I was like, so would you say you created boundaries for you to stop?
I'm learning to. I wouldn't say that I would, because that would be lying. Because I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna do that. I'm learning to create boundaries. Because outside of my business, I do so many like just personal projects, or I have like my business online, but I do a lot of events and a lot of personal things that other people may want. So outside of having an online business, I am doing personal things at home too. So I'm learning how much I can take and giving myself deadlines. Because when people used to ask me to do stuff, I used to say, "Oh, I can do it. I can do it by tomorrow," knowing I probably need about 2 weeks to do it. But I'm gonna do it because you asked me, and I want to get it done. I want to show up as a good business person. No, I don't do that no more.
Okay, good. That's
so I have learned to set those boundaries in personal and in business life. So I'm learning. I'm not gonna lie and say I have, but I'm learning. It's gotten better. It's gotten a whole lot better, and I am learning. I'm learning.
So I had my burnout before my kids, and then I had it again with my kids. But I am powerful. No, that's not realistic in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make it. For my daughter to get in cheer, it took a lot of mental preparation because I was not giving up my Saturdays. Everybody knew she don't leave the house until she's ready on Saturday. Yes. Because every other day I have to get up and do something. Sundays I'm going to work, but Saturday that's the sabbatical over here.
Yes, it is, and that's how I just felt when I just got done over the summer. Who told me to do it? I don't know. I signed up to work summer school. Why? I don't know.
You wanted to check.
Right. And then Brooke, my daughter, she joined soccer and dance. So I had to get up on Saturdays, and I'm like, why did I? But okay, she wanted to do it, so we gonna do it, right? You know, we make those sacrifices all the time, just so unconsciously, but they get done. And that's how I felt the same way. Like, dang, I wake up every other day. I purposely work in the school, so I don't gotta wake up on Saturday and Sunday. But here I am waking up again. But like you said, we do it.
It took a whole year mental preparation. I knew it was coming, but you can ask her friends. They knew Saturday she was not leaving the house. I'm not leaving the house until I'm ready. And now I dread Saturdays because life is so busy that I have no choice but to deep clean on Saturday.
That's me too. For it to be, clean again on Monday.
Exactly, but it feels better to start your week that way, right?
It does. It starts. That's how I do the same thing. I clean on Saturdays and go on Sundays sometimes. But at least on Monday, I just know, come home, house is clean. Like you feel better when things are in order. At least I do. I feel better when things are in order or things are in place or just a clean house. Like I just feel better. That sometimes is self-care too. Just having a clean house, it could be self-care for me too. I just feel better.
It makes my whole week better because I work from home. I work from home pandemic. Okay. So instead of being able to get up and go straight to work, I would clean before going to work, which would throw my whole day off. So that's why it's essential for me to cook. Not cook, to clean, but I cook midday. So then when they get out of school, I could be a mom. And then when they go to bed, I could be the life coach.
Yeah. Right.
So that's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. So during the day, I work for this company, but I also cook during the day. When I get off work, I'm a mom. And then when they go to bed, I'm a life coach. Okay, so let's talk about seasons. Because there was a season in my life where I noted and I knew that I just had to stop. And when I say I had to stop business. I had to stop to focus on my family and my girls. Like it just was like it was too much and trying to do too much. Have you come across that type of season?
I wouldn't say where I had to stop. I have come across seasons to where I have like work in seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I feel like I have moments to where now I'm realizing when I should stop. So, and that stop could be a day to a week to a month. So I think I've learned that completely stopping for me is not good because it might take me a while to get back if I completely stop. So I think for me, I have my spurs to where, all right, I can't do nothing this week or this day or these 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have to black out certain times, days, and things like that. For me, yes, I think my moments comes in spurs. Like I can be doing good 1 month, 2 weeks. I'm like, can't do it. Can't do it. Then I get back like, oh yeah, we good. Like, it's like how you just, well, okay, if it work, it works.
That's a good picture though of what really happens in business and what's happening behind the closed doors every day. We're not motivated to do this, but we have to, especially when we've already put it out there. So that's this is my experience with this. I took a hiatus to work on, like I said, this project. Most people already know what the project is. I've written a journal. It's in the editing phase right now. That's going to be pushed out soon.
Okay.
But I didn't stop everything, but I had to figure out or prioritize what had to stop. So I did 8 episodes of this and was like, we're going to stop so that I can put my energy into this journal so I can get it done. Yes. The journal now is in this next phase. So now we're picking up on season 2.
Right.
So just understanding, like, it's okay to pause one project to work on another.
Yes.
All of these things for me are in alignment for what I'm working towards.
Yes.
So that's I just wanted to show and share that side of it. And just like you said, I think that's a great picture of it. Like one day I'm in, one day I'm like, okay, we gotta take a pause.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away. Yeah, it doesn't take away from your brand or your business.
No, it does not.
It's building the character.
Like you said, you even stopped. You were still working, but you had to stop. You had to shift your focus.
Yeah.
You had to shift your focus. You didn't stop, but you had to, there's a divine order for everything. And there's moments to be doing one thing and doing another. And now you coming back, you're going to have the podcast and the journal.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win.
Even with that, though, you have to shift your focus with business and with parenting.
You do. You do. You do. I even started doing it with my kids. They like to do the whole tablet thing when we're eating. I'm like, nope. I put my phone down. Y'all put the tablets down. We gonna eat. How was your day? Y'all ask me about my day. Like, no, you have to learn when to stop because you will get it'll just become too over. You'll be so engaged into one thing. And it's like, no, that's not good for anyone.
I agree. Healthy habits, creating healthy habits, no matter what, whether you're in business, relationship, personal, it all plays together in your life.
It does. It does.
Any message you want to send out there to the mothers who are in business or mothers trying to get into business?
Look, you're going to have to roll your sleeves up. You have to get dirty. No, I'm kidding. But no, you can do it. It is, like I said, it's not hard, but it is hard work. I wish, I will say, there is a support system out there. Hopefully this podcast is bringing more awareness and that we can grow as a support system. But it can be done. Do not let your dreams die because you have children. If anything, they're counting on you to fulfill those dreams. You never know what seed you're planting in your children by doing what you're called to do. Mm-hmm. And I honestly believe, I know that this is what I'm called to do. Entrepreneurship is just what I'm called to do. Me and my father already had that conversation. I already know we like this when it comes to it. That's just, and it's not for everyone, and that's okay. You don't have to be a mom and have a business. You don't have to. If it's your purpose, if it's what you're destined and called to do, do it. Just know that it's going to be hard work. Find your support. Find your have your self-care and set your boundaries early and from the beginning, then now and late. But it can be done. It can definitely be done. If you have that goal and that vision, definitely don't let it die because you had children.
I'm going to add to that, creating schedules and work days. If your kids are in daycare or in school and you have the ability to work from home, if you can get a set time where 4 hours a day I'm committed to my business, or 2 hours a day I'm committed to my business, that helped me a lot with the developing and building. And creating patience. Say that again.
Having patience.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still in the building phase. And
sometimes you want it to happen overnight. Sometimes I have a day, I'm getting a lot of orders, and next day I'll be like, where the orders at? Like, it is not the same every day, and it's okay. But everybody does not have an overnight story. If you do, kudos to you. But everybody does it, and it's okay. It's really okay.
So can you give us a little bit of your story before we wrap this thing up? What is your business story?
Well, I've done a lot. I just believe that now I'm at my purpose. You know, I've done some everything. I used to do nails. I had the barbecue sauce at one point. I used to do lashes, but it wasn't until I really asked God what was my purpose that I'm actually now doing it. I remember very specifically, I always loved candles. But I never liked the ones that are in the store. Like, I never liked them. So I remember having a conversation with God, and I told him, you know, I was real honest. Like, I hadn't done some of everything before. Here I am thinking about doing candles. And I'm like, if I'm supposed to do this, God, I need you to tell me. I need confirmation. I just need to know. And I was very specific in my prayer. I asked him to allow this very specific person to say one word to me. One word. And I was very specific about where I wanted the place to be at and everything. Like, if I'm go here, it's gonna be specific, right? And it happened. And when it happened, I was just so mind blown, like, oh shoot, now I gotta do it. Like, I didn't ask and you didn't tell me. Now I gotta move. And I'm like, all right. But then I was like kind of worried because I'm like, 1 week I done did nails, 1 week I done did lashes, 1 week I'm selling barbecue sauce. Now next week y'all gonna see me with some candles. Like, I was kind of scared at first, but then I had to realize none of those other things, well, I guess they're still talents, but none of the previous things that I was doing came from God. He didn't tell me to do anything. Those were just me trying to make money. And they did make money. Like, I could have kept doing lashes and made a lot of money, but it just wasn't fulfilling for me. It just absolutely was not. Like, I would have people trying to book an appointment and I would say that I'm booked when I wasn't. Like, ditching stuff because I didn't want to do it. I knew I could make money, but I just didn't want to do it. So I was very specific with God. And it wasn't until when he spoke to me and I went out on a limb and did it, I knew that was my purpose.
And it's been growing ever since.
It's been growing. In November, I will be at 3 years. And I wouldn't change nothing about that first year when I spent my last $50 to start. And it's been growing. We almost at year 3.
That's awesome.
Bigger and better.
That is awesome. And I'm over here holding on to a promise, and it's been preparation. I think everything up until this, or as I continue to go, it's been preparation. I don't know when the promise is coming.
Yeah.
But I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
It's as simple as, let me tell you how I know what I'm supposed to be doing. To be honest, I was struggling with getting back on the podcast thing, but my brother, like, you got to do it. And I knew I had put out in the atmosphere that I was coming back in September. So I knew I had to do it. But I texted you last night, late, right?
Yes.
Like, are you available to do tomorrow? But let me tell you, that has happened so much for me on this. Everybody that I've asked, it has worked out. It's just,
oh my God,
the conversations have been amazing. And we continue to grow. People are inquiring on, can I come on? When are you doing the next episode? Can you talk about this? Your podcast is free therapy for me.
Yes. And that's how you know, like things like that is like how you know this is what you're called to do. It's like confirmation within itself.
So motherhood is a natural gift. And then our businesses are in alignment with our purpose and full fulfillment. Do you agree?
Amen. Yes, I would agree 100%.
All right. Well, let the people know where to follow you, find you, get those y'all. Them candles is luxury. That's a luxury candle. Make a candle called luxury.
Look, I got it. I'm telling you, gonna say it. I'm gonna do it.
Make a candle called luxury. That's what
you gonna see it.
It's coming. All right. Let them know where to find these luxury candles.
So look, you can find me www.brookescandle.com. BROOKES candle.com. These not your regular candles now. I have regular candles that are scented, but I also have dessert candles. So you're gonna see a little bit of everything on there. You're gonna see a birthday cake candle, blueberry cheesecake. I'm about to add a popcorn candle. But yes, www.brookescandle.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Dadrien K, DADRIENK. And on Instagram, my business page is Brooks 2_BROOKES. So check me out, hit me up.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your life, being transparent, and being available last minute. Thank you, Lord, for working it out for me. But you are.
Thank you so much for having me and thinking of me. No, I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
No, you're an amazing person. You got it. When I was like business and motherhood, who done tried everything? Who? Oh, Dadrien. But no, it wasn't like that. But in the sense it kind of was. I'm like, Dadrien can speak about this. You know the truth you're building.
Well, I appreciate it. I do.
We appreciate you and what you bring to the world, girl. So keep going.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining us. You can catch me every Sunday, at least for probably for the next 6 weeks here at the Transparency Place. I don't know what next week's topic is. I'm going to work on it. I'll have it tomorrow, probably. I gotta go pray on it. Make sure
that's transparency right there.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, download the Real Ish Radio app.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at Life Coach Kristian. You can follow me on Facebook at Life Coach Kristian. If you are ever in need, have a question, conversation, please. I'm not a stranger. I don't bite. I'm very helpful. I want to help people be great. Other than that, enjoy your Sunday. Have a good one. Dadrien, you can hang out here for a second and we will end the broadcast.
Enjoy the rest of your week, guys.